Hey you guys, it's Crystal from the Abundantly Blessed Homestead, where we use the wisdom of our ancestors to make amazing, nourishing, delicious meals for our family and grow some of our own food. Today is a requested video. We're going to be discussing the GAPS diet. I'm going to be trying to keep these video series, the videos down to 5 minutes or less. If you have more questions or want me to talk about something that relates to the GAPS diet, you can leave it down in the comments below. If you watch this video and you happen to like this content about the GAPS diet, please give it a thumbs up. I'm going to be weighing whether or not I continue these videos on how much interest there is here on the channel, okay? So one thing I do want to mention is there's actually another channel here on YouTube that has an amazing series on the GAPS diet. It's called the Bumblebee Apothecary. She has a lot of videos on her channel, so if this is something you're interested in, you can also jump over to her channel and check out what she has for her content, okay? So today we're going to talk about why my family and I did the GAPS diet, what we saw heal, and also what books to buy to get ready to do the GAPS diet, okay? So the reason why we did the GAPS diet is I had horrible seasonal allergies that seemed to be escalating every year till it got to a point where I was in and out of the ER on breathing treatments and inhalers. That was the main reason why we did the GAPS diet. I also had a daughter that is on the spectrum. She has ASD. And also had severe gluten intolerance, bowel issues. I also had another child that had dairy intolerance. So, but the main reason why I looked in was because I couldn't breathe anymore and I couldn't live this way the rest of my life. So we started looking into it, and then I realized that I could really heal everyone in my family. And so that's why we did the GAPS diet. So we saw all those things heal. Within 2 weeks of being on the GAPS diet, I threw out my medical inhaler. We had the gluten and the dairy intolerance heal. My daughter's ASD healed almost completely. Obviously, she still has it. And depending on what she eats, she still has relapses or bad days. But for the most part, her anxiety is way less. Her mood swings are way less. It's more regulated. And she was able to progress an entire grade in school when we were on the GAPS diet. So that was huge for her because she was behind in homeschooling curriculum. A few other things that we had healed was I had a hole in my back from the spinal that I was given when I had my C-section with my first baby. That never healed, but it healed on the GAPS diet. I also had, some weird things like an ear piercing hole that always got swollen and yucky. That healed and hasn't been back. We've been off the GAPS diet for 4 years now. So just a lot of healing, okay? And the thought behind it is that your gut, once it's healed and sealed, then is absorbing all of the nutrients in the food that you're paying money for, and your body now has nutrients it hasn't had in a very long time, and that unlocks those nutrients for your body to heal all sorts of things. Everything in your body knows how to heal. If you cut your body and you put a Band-Aid on it, it's not the Band-Aid that heals the cut, it is your body. So, okay, so moving on. The next thing I want to talk about is what is the GAPS diet, because most people don't know. So the GAPS diet is a healing diet. This is not a diet for weight loss, okay? Now, if you are overweight, you can expect to lose some weight. If you're underweight, you will gain weight. So you don't have to worry about putting your kids on a diet and having them lose a whole bunch of weight. If they need to gain, they'll gain. If they need to maintain, they'll maintain. If they need to lose, they'll lose. So, but this is not a weight loss sort of diet. This is a healing protocol. In fact, I wish it would just say GAPS diet healing protocol on the book instead of GAPS diet, because people think dieting and on and off, and you can jump on and off, and this is not that. This diet is very, very important that you stay on the diet, because you're going to be moving through 5 different stages of foods. It starts out very, very basic, and as you move up the stages, you're going to be adding different foods. You cannot cheat, you guys, on this diet, especially inside the beginning, because if you would think about like a raw skin and rubbing shrapnel against raw skin, that's how your gut's going to be. It's going to be healing the tissue within your gut, okay? So just know that if you're going to start this diet, it's something that you need to be seriously considering, and that you won't be cheating, okay? But you're going to be moving through these 5 stages, and as you move through the 5 stages, you're going to learn a lot about your body. And through the 5 stages, you're going to be monitoring things like diarrhea, bowel movements, all of this sort of thing, upset stomach, headaches, all of that, okay? And we're going to get into all of that in further videos, so I'm not going to do a whole bunch of that here. The last thing I want to mention in this video are the 3 books that I highly recommend getting, okay? The first book is the Yellow GAPS book. This is the GAPS diet book by Dr. Natasha Campbell McBride. This book lists out all of the things that you need, that you could eat on the GAPS diet. It also talks about all of the different things that can happen to you on the GAPS diet, what to look for, okay? This book is written by the person who created the GAPS diet, so this is pretty much a must. You can get it on Amazon for $23.99 or shop around on your great used book sites here on the internet. There is a blue version available, but I strongly recommend you at least start with the yellow one. There's just a different format, and the blue book seems to be a little bit more overwhelming than the yellow book. So I'm going to put a picture right here of the yellow book. Okay, the next book that I would highly recommend is called The Heal Your Gut Cookbook by Hilary Boynton. This is an amazing book. You can buy it on Amazon for around $26, or once again, shop your used bookstores, totally fine. This is an amazing book because it teaches you how to do all the things you're going to need to know on GAPS. So in other words, how to make coconut milk, how to make coconut flour, how to make almond milk, how to make almond flour. And also, all of the recipes in it, as far as meals go, are divided into sections. So there's an entire chapter on just stage 1 meals, okay? I just loved that. It walked you through the entire diet. It is an essential book. I love this book so much, okay? I'm going to go ahead and put a picture of it right here. Okay, we're not finished yet. The next book that I recommend, and this one's a must-have also, you guys. This book is amazing. Because you're going to be on the GAPS diet for 12 to 18 months, you need to think about recipes that include holiday recipes, birthday recipes, you know, special event recipes. You need creative type GAPS approved recipes. So the next book provides all of that. It's absolutely amazing. It is called GAPS Stage by Stage with Recipes by Becky Plotner. This is a must-have book, you guys. It gets you through all of your birthdays and everything else, and you can still eat normal food, okay? So I'm going to put a picture of that book right here. Okay, and the final tip I have for you guys for this video is when you're considering doing the GAPS diet, we're going to want you to start on the full GAPS portion of the diet first. The GAPS diet is divided into 5 stages. The final 5th stage is what's considered the full GAPS diet. So we're going to want to work your way into the healing protocol, stage 1. It's also referred to as the intro portion of the diet, by going ahead and taking the diet that you're on today and moving yourself onto the full GAPS diet for at least a 2-week period. If you can do it for about a month, that's great too. The idea behind this is we're working your body in slowly, and it's not going to be such a swing for your gut as far as die-off, which is what you're going to have happen. And so if we can work you in slowly by squeezing the full GAPS diet stage between your diet currently and the intro GAPS healing protocol diet, then your body and your gut will swing slowly, and a lot of that bad bacteria will die off in that process, but it'll die off slowly, so you won't have a keto type flu when you're switching from your current diet and you're removing all of your starches and all of your grains and other things. And so your body can deal with that swing before it is dealing with healing the gut lining in your body. So that is my last tip for this video. I have tons more tips. I could talk and talk and talk. If you guys are interested in more videos, please remember to give it a thumbs up. We could do videos like what to expect on stage 1 intro, what to expect on the full GAPS diet, tips for getting through all of the stages, kitchen equipment you're going to need on the GAPS diet, all of this stuff. Some of the recipes I invented on the GAPS diet, we could talk about those. If you're interested in any of that stuff, please comment down below and let me know. As always, thanks so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate your time and that you're watching my content. So have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.